everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy new year to everyone. I hope that you guys had a great holiday season. I had an amazing time with family and I feel super ready to switch out my tray. So today we're going to be switching out the December tray and getting our tray ready for the new year, for January. It's my birthday month. So I just want to put a few new fragrances that I've picked up along with some older fragrances in my collection that I want to play more with. Before I get started, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on fragrance, beauty, self-care, and body care. If you like that type of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? I'm so happy to have you here with me and I appreciate all of the love and the support. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's get started with switching out the monthly perfume tray. All right, so before I start emptying out my tray, I want to just quickly talk about a few of the fragrances here and just give my thoughts on some of them. This one right here is always on my tray because the bottle doesn't fit in my drawer, but I didn't really use this one too much in December. I am gonna go into a few of the fragrances for the month of December. So I have really been enjoying Juliette Has Begun Pear Ink. You guys know that the only complaint I have with this one is that it doesn't last long on me, or not that it doesn't last long, but I pretty much become nose blind to this one, but people around me can smell it and it is a beautiful pear fragrance, very, very sweet. I also enjoyed Prada Night. I really like this one and this one lasts on me a very long time. It passed my overnight test and I woke up the next day still smelling this one on my skin. It's like a chocolatey version of the original Prada candy. Next, I was not expecting to fall so in love with REM by Ariana Grande. I used this one a few times during the month and it was just beautiful, layered with Fireside Flurries from Bath & Body Works. Totally recommend this fragrance. I wore Prada La Femme for New Year's and for New Year's Eve, and I applied this fragrance around 5 o'clock in the evening, and while we were outside looking at all of the fireworks, it was pretty cold that night. I would say that it was in the low 60s, which is cold for Puerto Rico weather. I was still smelling it really late at night and it just made me feel like $1,000,000. So I really love this fragrance and I put a pretty good dent on this one this month. Ebony Woods from Zara, I'm still a little undecided with this one. I did test it out, I put a bit of a dent in it. I feel like this one I'm only going to keep for going out, but this one to me is more of a dressed up type of fragrance. It is very rich, woody, very strong fragrance. It lasts a long time, so the performance is amazing, but I prefer this one to go out. Twilly the Hermes, this is the Eau Poivre. Sorry if you hear kids playing around, they're outside, they all get together from the neighborhood. But this one I didn't really use this one too much, and every time that I think if maybe I should declutter this one, something tells me not to. Angel's Share was my holiday fragrance. Loved it. It is strong. It is a lot of cinnamon. It is yummy. Super strong. You do not have to overspray this fragrance. I kind of oversprayed it on Christmas Eve and I was choking myself out a little bit, but amazing fragrance. This bottle will last you a really long time because the scent is very strong. My husband's favorite one out of the month, and he just gave me so many compliments on this one. This is La Nuit à la Folie. He fell in love with this fragrance, so I'm definitely going to be using this one more often. And Skylar Vanilla Sky, I put a bit of a dent in this one. This one was more of like my everyday cozy vanilla fragrance. It has a little bit of coffee in there. Not coffee, I believe it's cappuccino note. So this is just a very sweet fragrance, but then you also pick up that cappuccino in there. So very, very nice vanilla scent. So now I'm gonna go ahead and empty out the tray, and we will be setting up the tray for January. Alright guys, so we're going to start adding our fragrances to the tray. I already chose the ones that I want to add so that I don't take as long. So I am going to have a mix of older fragrances as well as newer fragrances that I have added to my collection recently. So I am going to be starting off with the first fragrance, which is Valentino Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dream. This is just such a sexy fragrance, and I haven't used it in a bit, so I want to use it a bit more. Has a pretty good scent going on. This is just a very sexy rose, lemon, and musk. Very simple fragrance. I believe it also has bourbon vanilla in it, and it just isn't listed, but I think that it does have that. So that's going to be the first one. Up next, I'm going to be adding a newer addition to my collection, and this is Prada Infusion Diamant. This is just a beautiful, clean almond fragrance. I love it. It just makes me feel very cozy. Just a beautiful fragrance to wear to bed every day, even to go out. It's very, very nice fragrance, but it just makes me feel very comforted. And I truly, truly love this one. Sometimes I thought that it might be a little too simple or that it's just not strong enough, but the scent does linger and it just gives the most beautiful, soft, clean scent, not in a soapy way, just in a very fresh, clean, almondy type of scent. I really, really like this one. The next fragrance, I was going to wait until spring, but I just want to start wearing it ASAP, and this is the Kayali Eden Juicy Apple 01. I just think that it's just such a beautiful, fun, flirty fragrance, and even though it's not spring yet, which is my ideal time for this fragrance, Puerto Rico is always pretty warm, so I can totally rock this pretty much all year long where I live. Up next, we have Kenzo Amore, the most horrific bottle in my collection. I really do not like this bottle, you guys. I'm really thinking about just getting rid of the cap, but then it just looks so simple. This is just a beautiful almondy vanilla fragrance, very similar to me to Hypnotic Poison. Yeah, it just reminds me of that one. And very comforting, again, very cozy, just romantic type of fragrance, very sweet, and you just can't go wrong with this one. I feel like I don't get that Play-Doh note that a lot of people get in Hypnotic Poison. I feel like this one has a touch more floral in it, but it's not sharp at all. It is blended beautifully. Up next, I'm going to be adding Alien Mirage, which this is one of the only aliens that I truly love. I'm going to be doing a video on the Alien line very soon. That has been on my to-do list for a while. So you can see I have a bit of a dent in this one, but I haven't used it in a while, so I want to use it in January. This is just like a very watery, airy version of Alien, but it is the furthest to me from the Alien DNA compared to the other flankers. So if you do not like Alien, I would say to just give this one a try. If you like that mineral, aquatic, airy type of fragrance, it just smells like you're in like a rainforest that has waterfalls and there's just humidity everywhere and you have like that fresh, natural scent around you. It is just really, really nice. I really like this one. Up next, I'm going to be adding Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever because I recently talked about this one in my 2021 roundup video, and I smelled it and I kind of just loved it all over again. So I was just craving this one. This is pretty much light blue with some white florals in there. I get 2 rolls because I get like a bubblegummy accord to this fragrance. Really, really nice. And this one is an eau de parfum, so it will last longer and it feels a little bit thicker than the usual light blue flankers. Up next, I'm going to be adding Britney Spears Fantasy, and I believe this is the Intimate edition. And I fell in love with this one in my latest celebrity haul, so I am going to be using this one and just getting to know it much better throughout January. So really, really nice, cozy, great fragrance to stay at home, to cuddle, to wear every day. It is almost like a baby powder type of fragrance, but I don't want to scare you off with that term. It just kind of makes me think of how clean and fresh it feels because it has a bit of a powdery touch, but it's still very sweet and comforting at the same time. I'm also going to be adding the Fantasy Intense flanker. This one reminds me so much of the original Fantasy that I used to wear in high school. So I just can't wait to start wearing this one in January. I am so excited. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like December was the longest month of 2021. Like, I feel like I had that tray forever. So I am super excited to just have new scents on the tray and just getting to know new fragrances. So I'm super excited. Speaking of Britney Spears, I am going to add another Britney Spears fragrance, and I hauled this one quite a while ago. I believe it was during summer, but this is the Believe fragrance. The bottle is super weird. It's shaped just a very odd type of bottle, but this I got because I love guava fragrances, and this one has guava in it, but it also has patchouli, so it feels like a grown-up, fun, flirty fragrance. So I want to test this one out to see how I like it because I have not tested this one after all these months of owning it. I just want to see how I feel about this one. It kind of reminds me of Montal, where you get the fruity side of the fragrance, but then you also get the patchouli, earthy, grown-up side. So I feel like this one gives the same effect, and it is such a big bottle. I'm not a fan of the bottle, but I'm excited to try it out. Up next, I'm going to be adding Carolina Herrera's Good Girl Supreme. I had this one, I believe, about 2 months ago on the tray, but I didn't play with it enough. I feel like I am craving this one, so I'm just going to be adding it to January as well. Up next, I'm going to be adding Raja Parfums Reckless to the tray. I just feel like this reminds me so much of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, and it's just a beautiful fragrance for wintertime. It's sweet, it's floral, it's very girly. Really nice fragrance. Can't wait to wear this one as well. Next up on the tray, I'm going to be adding one from Floral Street, and this is Wonderland Peony. I hauled this one. I loved it so much, and I have not added it to a tray yet. And this one also has a guava note. Very sweet, very flirty, fun, pretty fragrance. Definitely recommend this one if you love sweet, fruity, floral type of fragrances. It is beautiful. Up next, I'm going to be adding Montal Vanilla Cake. And I got this one recently. I'm excited to get to know this one better. It's very sweet vanilla fragrance, pretty much like a cupcake frosting type of fragrance. So I am going to be fully testing out this one in January. Up next, I am going to be adding Azzaro's Wanted Girl. Haven't used this one in a couple months, and I feel like January is just a good time to wear this fragrance. This is like a spicy dulce de leche, very sweet. It has ginger in it. It is just very beautiful. It opens up very fresh and spicy with the ginger, and then it dries down to a very sticky, sweet dulce de leche. Up next, I'm going to be adding some Juliana's perfumes to my tray because I have just been in love with them. I'm going to be playing around with Inner Beauty, which is inspired by Parfum de Marly's Delina. And it's just a very amazing dupe. I love it. And I haven't really been interested in purchasing Delina because I feel like this is so close. So I'm gonna add this one to the tray. And I'm also going to be adding Liquid Gold, which Liquid Gold is inspired by Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. So this one is also an amazing dupe. I have reviewed these fragrances. I'm going to be linking the video in the description box. I did order samples of the original so that I could compare them, and they are just amazing and they last forever. So I really love these. Up next, I'm gonna be putting another fragrance that I have not fully tested, and I did get this a while back in one of my Sephora hauls, and this is Tocca's Giulietta, and this is just the ultimate. I just showered, I just washed my hair with the best smelling shampoo, not a cheap shampoo, just a very luxurious but still fruity and refreshing shampoo. It just is so refreshing. This is beautiful, and I'm just so excited to test this one out. Up next, I'm going to be adding the original Giorgio Armani C because I recently just went crazy with all of the C flankers and purchased all of them. So I need to test them out, see which one I love the most, which one works better on my skin. So this is the original C. Up next, I'm going to be adding Zara's Rose Gourmand to my tray. This is pretty much a dupe for Montserrat's Roses Vanille. I'm forgetting the names of the fragrances. I feel like I haven't filmed in like more than a week, so I'm just a little tongue-tied, but this is an amazing dupe, and these fragrances last forever and ever on your skin. Up next, I'm going to be adding my Burberry Blush. This is a very flirty, pink, girly, fun fragrance, and it does last a really long time on me as well. This has the green apple note in it. It just smells very shampoo-y, girly, polished, very crisp and clean type of fragrance. Haven't used it in a pretty long time, so excited to add this one to the tray. I have gone a few months without wearing my baby Elie Saab Girl of Now. I'm going to be adding this to January tray. I've been missing it, and this is just a beautiful pistachio almond, very sweet fragrance. A lot of orange blossom in here. It is beautiful. It also has patchouli, so it grounds it out, and it's one of my top fragrances in my collection. Up next, I'm going to be adding another fragrance that I totally hate the packaging, but I want to test it out and see if this is going to stay in my collection. And this is Sarah Jessica Parker's NYC Crush. This is just a very coconutty, I didn't put it on right. This is just a very coconutty, vanilla, soft, creamy fragrance, and I just want to see if it lasts enough on my skin and if it projects enough for me to want to keep it, but it is just a beautiful coconut scent. All right, I have 4 fragrances left and we are done with our tray. I'm going to be adding Lancome's La Nuit Tresor. I believe this one is the Musk Diamant. I'll be putting the name on the screen, but this is a very long-lasting musky fragrance. It is gorgeous. I love this one. This one also has almond, so it is just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Up next, I'm going to be adding Nina Ricci's Chant d'Extase. I haven't used this one since summer, so I am excited to wear this one. I remember it being very raspberry heavy as well as caramel in it, so I just want to play with this one a little bit more. I believe this one also has ginger, so it's a very unique fragrance. Up next, I'm going to be adding Kilian's Princess to the January tray. This is just a beautiful marshmallow tea, and I believe it's also ginger in this one. Very cozy, fluffy, warm fragrance. I really, really love this one, and it doesn't last the longest, but while it does last on your skin, I feel like it projects so good on my skin, and I just smell it on myself, and I just love when fragrances just wrap around you that way. So this one is beautiful. And last but not least, I'm going to be adding Ariana Grande's Thank You Next 2.0. I recently hauled this one, and it's just a really nice scent that has strawberry and apple, very fruity, fresh, juicy type of fragrance. So I'm super excited to play around with this one, and this will be the last one that I add to the January tray. All right, guys, so here is the tray for January. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm super excited about the January tray. Let me know what fragrances you are going to be rocking in the month of January. If you are doing the tray rotations like I do. Hope that you guys had an amazing New Year's. That is going to be it from me today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.